Alrighty guys, we are back. It's your boy EQ, and up next we have Adam22 warning WACK 100 and Luce Cannon for squabbling at No Jumper Studio. If you guys haven't heard, there was a kerfuffle at No Jumper when some people pulled up allegedly for the smoke with WACK, only to be whipped with the burner, jumped, stripped naked, and sent away. A very vicious and triggering video if you guys haven't seen it. And I even heard some rumors that they weren't even there actually going there for the smoke. Allegedly, they were invited, I guess, to squash some type of beef, which obviously did not occur from watching that video. And supposedly they even came with a pastor as an act of peace. And Adam, you can't keep benefiting from exploiting gang culture, the hood, and be surprised when it hits your front door. For a long time, you've been adding gasoline to the fire and instigating for views. And now that it's landed at home base yet again, you want to distance yourself like you had no parts in it? Stuff like this is definitely going to get you in hot water. And do you really want that kind of attention in a place you work out of every day? Strays don't discriminate, fam. And I won't be showing the actual squabble because obviously there's a dude being stripped. But if you really want to see it, a quick Google search can find it pretty quickly. But enough dilly-dallying, let's jump right into the video. Again, we have Adam22 warning WACK 100 and Luce Cannon for squabbling at No Jumper Studio. It's going to be really hard to rebrand when you've been pivoting into like LA gang culture for the last like 4 or 5 years.
So I'm not putting any names in it, but nothing has changed. Anybody who brings any type of violence to my office, to the building, to my area, you are immediately X'd out.
Yeah, somebody that's finally feeling the ramifications of like instigating all this stuff. I feel like Adam22 has definitely played the biggest part in cultivating this type of culture at No Jumper. So while he was benefiting from this because of the views and obviously all the viral moments, this is the guy that truly avoids any type of accountability because you've fostered this environment. And you can't be surprised when street stuff happens when you only hire street dudes.
You're not allowed on the property. So there's a lot of people I like that this applies to. If you do any of that bullshit, it's over. It's 100% over. So,
yeah, man, I feel like the only reason people probably even tune into No Jumper at all is to see WACK and Adam. So it's going to be really hard to keep the lights on if you fire WACK right now.
Take it for what it is. I don't appreciate that. If you got a problem with somebody, you can go meet up with them in the Walmart parking lot, whatever. But please do not think that you're going to bring that kind of bullshit around my spot and not get immediately expelled, suspended, etc. So,
yeah, man, the amount of delusion this guy has, dude, you created this environment. It's your fault that people think it's cool to actually pull this type of stuff. At this point, I feel like these people are probably extorting him for a job. I mean, other than WACK 100 who could do his own thing, I don't really see anyone else on the roster really being able to do it on their own.
No games, 2025. If you do any of this bullshit, you're out. Sorry. So I'm not.
Well, obviously, he's going to distance himself from any of this type of drama because this is something that he can be held very liable for, especially with it happening on his premises. Like, fam, if something happens in that studio, you think it's going to be that easy to ensure that type of business? I don't think so. But I really do feel like the guy has brought all these issues onto himself. He's been a culture vulture for a very long time. And while No Jumper definitely had some very iconic moments, very iconic interviews in the beginning, it really has shifted to a much more regional LA gang-based program, which I feel like is definitely going to limit your audience. Yeah, people are tuning into WACK and Adam because they're talking about topics that are a little more mainstream, a little broader, that has more appeal and a wider umbrella. So obviously that's going to do numbers. And while Adam is COE, content over everything, we also know that WACK 100 will say whatever it is to drum up some attention, even if he has to rage bait while doing it. But you made this bet, Adam, so you're going to have to sleep in it. We already saw you try to pivot into the politics. Obviously, that's not something that your audience really wants to see. Fam, I don't think anyone else is really tuning into No Jumper and Adam22 for their political opinions. And having people like Nick Fuentes on and some of the other pariahs in political media really aren't going to make you too brand friendly. Even though I really don't see too many brand opportunities other than a company like Blue Chew, and I feel like they hand those deals out like they hand out those Blue Chews. But he's definitely got to be really careful because obviously there's definitely huge legal implications when it comes to stuff like this. If something, God forbid, happens to somebody while on your premises and some of your employees happen to be involved, bam, you're going to be held liable for a lot of it. So I can see why he's trying to distance himself, but I feel like it's a little too late. And Adam has been one to run from any type of smoke. If you've seen any of the videos that show Adam22 in the vicinity of any confrontation, usually he's hightailing it out of there before a punch is even thrown. And like I said, does he really want this type of attention in a place where he comes to work every day? The guy has to drive in there. And with the way they handled those dudes, fam, do not be surprised if they come back for some type of retaliation because that video was vicious. But definitely let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about this whole situation? Do you guys think WACK 100 will actually be let go? I really don't see that unless he really sees like the legal implications. Until that point, honestly, that's really the only show that is generating the amount of views to be able to keep this operation going. Because yeah, like I said, the rest of the roster really isn't doing much. Right now, he's probably wishing that TRL and AD were on the roster again. But definitely let me know what you guys think. Definitely hit the like and subscribe button, guys. Does the channel wonders. I want to thank you guys so much for making this channel a part of your day. Honestly, I'm so grateful for all the love and support you guys show on a daily. It is overwhelming, and honestly, it's one of the biggest reasons why I continue to make this content. I'm definitely looking forward to what you guys have to say on the situation, and I hope you guys love this video, and I hope to see you guys soon. Adam, you definitely cultivated this environment. You fostered it. Honestly, your own doing.